All right, we're live. Oh, what's up, everybody? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We got Zach Austin here, Isaac Brown, and I'm joined by girls basketball coach, Mr. Tim Goers. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, good. I'm happy to be here tonight.
Right. So last night was, or last not last night, last week was senior night for your youngest. How was that?
Oh, last week.
Last week.
Last week, yeah, it's I hate to be cliche, but yeah, bittersweet a little bit. You know, his mother and I are kind of counting those each game down to when he's done with this, and we know it's going to end up in the championship in our hearts.
Right.
So they're going to keep on working hard, and yeah, that last senior night, you know, it kind of hits you in the face as a parent, but just thank God we're part of the Booneville Bearcats, and we look forward to winning and winning and winning.
Right. So tell a little bit about yourself, Coach. How many years have you been coaching now?
Oh man, I've been coaching on and off for let me think, what year is it? About 20 years, probably. Yeah.
20 years. That's
Yep.
a long time.
Longer than that, actually. Probably about 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You coached all over the place, different states and everything too, right?
Yeah. Yes. You know, I was coach's son. I grew up in Illinois, and right out of college, I went and coached my dad up in northern Illinois, Rockford, Illinois, and he had a very good career. He averaged over 20 wins a season for 40 years, and I kind of got to the point where people were like, "Oh, you gonna take over for your dad?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not sure." I was like, he's winning over 20. He's one of the winningest coach in the history of Illinois, and even you guys are dogging him.
Right.
You know how that goes
Yeah.
when you're in a place for a long period of time. So anyways, my wife Amy, Mrs. Gores, she was from Fort Smith, and at that particular time in our life, I was about 27 years old, and I had a buddy named Stuart Adams, who now is the head coach at Southside. He's a college teammate of mine at Arkansas Tech, and we were kind of figuring out. It was late in the summer. I was like, man, I think we want to come back to Arkansas because we loved it down here, and Amy's family's from down here. And he brought up the town of Booneville. And so next thing I know, it was two-a-days, and I was in an interview with Coach Rippey, Mr. Pierce, and I guess kind of like up and down here and there. We're fortunate
Right.
to be back for the third time, but Booneville is home to us.
Yeah. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you took the boys back when he's coaching boys to the state for the first time in probably a long time.
No, that was
First
in
time around.
history.
In
That was
history,
yeah,
okay,
first
okay.
first time. I think this is what Chuck tells me when we got here. The last time we had been to regionals was '83, and that was the only time.
Wow. So,
And then so we were able to that first group that we had when we were here, we went to regionals the second and third time, and when I came back the second time, we went to regionals the fourth time, and then we went to state also. So for the first time, so yeah, that's I'm telling you, Booneville kids work hard. Booneville kids work hard. That first year was tough, and we got our teeth kicked in quite often because we were trying to learn to play fast. Man, every practice was great because they would just come back. Those guys would come back the next day and just work their tail off, and we could see the slow improvement. They were young. Their next year, they ended up winning 16 games. So, yeah, it was. Those were some great days. I'll never. Those guys are like little brothers to me.
right. So now you're coaching girls. This
Yes,
is
sir.
Your
Third year.
right?
Third year. Yeah.
And you've got everybody back this year, correct?
Yes, yeah, we're fortunate enough. We're kind of unhealthy right now. We've kind of, it's been a tough fall as far as we've built the group. When we first started out, we had 6 to 8 kids in any given game. You know, the first year we finished a few games with 4 girls, but this year we built the team up to now we have 13 on the team, and they all for the most. I mean, they can play.
Right.
It's just they play everything, so they never get any time to heal.
Right.
So we really do have a few girls that we're just give them time off, don't sweat it, and hopefully the number was about 6 of them. Now it's down to 3. I think that we're going to give more time before we practice them again.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, we should be okay. We play Monday night, home against Mansfield, and the girls are looking forward to it.
So that's pretty good. Who's a couple girls? I know we got Jolie Tate back, Lee Swint,
Yeah.
and Miss Sanchez is back as well, right?
Yes, yeah. So our seniors, we have 4 seniors that have been with us since they were sophomores, and that's Brooke Turner, Heaven Sanchez, it's Haley Roberts, and then you said Jolie Tate, and they, all 4 of them, they have grown together immensely in the last 3 years, on and off the court. They all take care of business in the classroom. They all are part of so many things other than just basketball. They truly are. They've got great school spirit. 3 of them are here as trainers for the football team tonight, and the other one's in the crowd. The senior class, they're very dear to us, and they lead by example.
Right.
So
that's good to have for your seniors. Some group of seniors, they don't lead by example, but to have the ones that lead by examples on and off the court, it helps coaching, make it easier.
Makes it way easier. You're not worried about them getting in trouble or getting good grades or whatever. They take care of that. They show up, and we get to work.
Right. So that's pretty good. I'm excited. I'm glad you are back.
Thank you, Zach.
Looking forward to the season, not only the boys, but the girls as well. Y'all made it to district last year, a win away from regionals, right? Or am I missing?
Yeah, we were a win away. We think that this year could be a big year.
Right.
You don't want to. I think the expectations are high, and we talk about that all the time. That it's a lot different situation where now you're expected to be successful. Before you were expected just to, hey, maybe they'll compete tonight. Yeah. And so we are accepting that and ready to get after it. All right.
And let's see, folks. We got about 13 minutes. We'll go just a second or two longer here with Coach and let him get back over there out in the cold.
Yeah.
But you said you played Monday night. What time y'all tip off, Coach?
It'll be 6 o'clock girls, senior girls, and then the boys will follow straight after that.
6 o'clock Monday night, Bearcat Gymnasium.
Yes.
And are y'all just doing one game a week right now, or y'all doing 2?
Well, next week there's only 1 game. We had it's kind of a mix-up. We had a mix-up with Darnell. We had them scheduled for Thursday. That was something that it was an error, so that game's not going to be played. They actually had 3 other games scheduled at that time. Sometimes that stuff happens. And anyway, so we only have 1 game next week, and then we play again the next week. The schedule is on school website. So, but yeah, we're focused on Mansfield right now.
Right.
It's our first game. It's their first game, and I think it's going to be a good one. I really do.
So that'll be good. Have folks, if you ain't got nothing to do, come out.
Even if you have something to do, come on, man.
Swing by, even if you got a minute or 2.
Go out of your way.
Right.
Go out of your way. I tell you, we got something that we have that's special in Booneville is we have a great traditional high school gym. So the place can be half full, and it seems completely full. So you get that high school environment, and we talk about all the time how we want to put a product out there that people enjoy watching. And we're going to get up and down, and we're gonna play a lot of girls, hopefully, now that we have a lot of girls. And we really want to put a product out there that the community's proud of.
Right. Well, you are doing a good job, laying a good foundation already, and
thank you.
Don't expect nothing less. And I guess if you have any final words, Coach.
Well, I just appreciate you guys. I have family that does not live in the Arkansas area, and we have a son that plays for the Bearcats, and that you guys have gone above and beyond going on trips, and for my parents to be able to, really my entire family we're talking probably 3 different states just from the Gorses that are watching you guys on a weekly basis, and just I can't appreciate it enough. So keep it up, guys. You're great.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate
All right,
it.
thanks.
That was Coach Tim Goers, and we'll take a little break, folks. Be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just joining us, you have missed our interview with Coach Tim Goers, the girls basketball coach, talking about the upcoming girls basketball season and a little bit about his coaching career. Do apologize, Coach Denton. I forgot to even ask you about your coaching career and stuff, how long you've been coaching, so I do apologize for that. We are live here in Perryville, Arkansas. I believe it's in Perry County, just down the road from Perry, Arkansas. A lot of Perrys.
Yep, not too far.
Not too far from each other. But we're fixing to get kicked off here about 4 minutes away. Your captain for your Booneville Bearcats is going to be senior number 88, Race Blancett. It is senior night here in Perryville, and the lead captain for the Mustangs is going to be number 72. That's Aiden Smith. The rest of the seniors for Perryville is going to be number 75, Farman. Number 6 is going to be Tipton. Number 7 is Roland. 50 is Johnson, and we were told he just come back, Isaac, from an injury, so that's one lineman they do have back. Number 55 is going to be Smith. 74 is going to be Turney. 84 is going to be Irwin. Number 12 is going to be Holt. He's going to be your backup quarterback in tonight for the injured quarterback, Givens. Number 88 is Diaz, and number 28 for the Mustangs is going to be Newman. That's all the senior captains for the Perryville Mustangs. Your Booneville Bearcats come in number 3 in Class 3A, and they come in 9-1 on the season, 6-0 overall. And your Perryville Mustangs are number 17 in Class 3A. They are 7-2 on the year and 5-1 in conference. Their lone loss in conference is to Paris Mustangs.
Eagles.
What did I say? My goodness, folks,
Paris Eagles.
Paris. I've been kind of getting tongue-tied. See? Isaac may join in and just start talking. If you don't hear me, I'm letting Isaac take over. Looks like the Cats have won the toss. They have chose to defer. And Mustangs will receive. Or will be kicking to the north. This field is a north-south field here. But the series, this is the second game in the series. Last year was the very first meeting between the two schools. This is the first time that the high school, senior high, has come down here to Perryville. The junior high team played here last year. The last meeting, the Cats won 41-16 on November 6, 2020. We also want to thank the Perryville administration and everybody over here for helping us, trying to help us hooked up. We are hooked up on Isaac's hotspot, just to give everybody a heads up. We are going off the hotspot. Their router got struck by lightning. Yep. So he said that was the only thing they forgot to unplug. He was very apologetic. They've really been trying to work on it all day long. Yep. He said they've had people working on it and messing with it, and just couldn't quite get it going. So we are going off the hotspot again. We just want to say thank you for Perryville. They've been very, very helpful, Isaac, in trying to get us, and very, very considerate, very nice. Yep. And
nice press box too.
It's a very nice press box. We're over here in the home side press box. You got Chuck on Cool 104.7. I'm not sure if Ethan or if Mr. Coach Jake Fennell is with him tonight. They are over there on the visitors press box with the coaches. But yeah, it's a nice little facility here. I do kind of like the little setup. You're very close to the field.
Yeah. It's West Forkish.
Yeah, almost West Forkish. Yeah.
Really close.
Let's see. For you folks that is keeping up with Randon and his career rushing yards, he is 435 yards away from tying his dad's record for career rushing yards, which is 4,243. He is only 192 yards away from joining the 4,000 rushing yard club. He would be the fourth person to do that. The leading guy is obviously his dad, Alan Gator Ray, and then followed by Bryson May, and then Ronnie Littleton, the late Ronnie Littleton. And so Randon Ironman Ray would be the fourth man in the 4,000 yard club. Perryville, they've been injured up. They got a lot of guys out, so they have moved up about 6 to 7 freshmen, is what we were told. Going to have a senior who's going to be number 12, who's going to be backup quarterback, but that's number 13 filling up over here on the right-hand side, and he's going to be wrapped up by Dunn, Daniel, and Cody Elliott. About the 28-yard line. That was Roberts on the return. So your starting quarterback for the Perryville Mustangs is going to be number 12, Hoyt. I'm sorry. It looks like number 6, Tipton, is going to be your running back. 2 receivers to either side. There's a snap, and it's going to be handed off to Tipton right up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up by Dax Goff. Normally they spread it out and everything. They have gone a little flex bone, wing T, triple option stuff, T formations. Not much, but some from what I've come across on Fearless. But I guess, I don't know, you can take Fearless, for what it is, however you want to look at it. And it's going to be quarterback keeper right up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up by Mr. Brett Welling. I was told last week they did a real good job running the ball up the middle, just right behind the center. So I wouldn't be surprised, especially since they got big number 50 back as well on the line. They're just going to be chunking it right up the middle, Isaac. As far as conference seedings go, the Cats are playing for the outright conference title. There could be a 3-way tie if Perryville was to win. I would explain, but it couldn't get a little confusing as far as all that. And that's going to be Mr. Rylan Ray on the tackle for loss for the Cats. And the Mustangs are going to have to punt for the first time tonight with 10:34 left to go here in the first quarter. The ball is on the 35-yard line of the Mustangs. And Randon and Brooks Herrera are standing at their own 35-yard line. Looks like we do have Mr. Casey Matson back playing tonight. He was your leading tackler. But since he's set out a couple of games due to injury, Mr. Cody Elliott has taken that role over with 27 tackles on the year. And that almost landed in the bleachers, Isaac.
I'm not sure that's where that went out at.
I was thinking more towards midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, still relatively good field position for your Bearcats starting off for the first possession. It's going to be 10:07 left to go here in the first quarter. Ball's on the Cats' own 42-yard line. Cade Smith is going to be your receiver over here on the left-hand side. Race Blansett is on the far side. Your quarterback is Mr. Randon Ray. Your right halfback is Brooks Herrera. Your left halfback is Rocky Ross. And your fullback is Mr. Rylan Ray. Ross goes in motion. This is going to be a handoff to Rylan. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be a pitch over here to Rocky, and let's see if Rocky can go the distance. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Ooh! That's going to be close. Let's say he's going to be down at the 2-yard line. Man, that's when you need a pylon camera. So it'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line. And that was what, a 59-yard run or 57-ish? So that's 2 weeks back-to-back. Rockies had long runs. Here, and Rocky goes in motion. It's just going to be Randon right up the middle. Let's see. And it is good. Sounds like Mr. Tatum has brought his air horn. With his truck, that is. He's got it on his truck.
I guess we're going to go for 2.
It looks like we're going for 2. So that score comes with 9:36 left to go here in the first. And it's 6-0 Cats over the Mustangs. Randon, shotgun formation. Rylan's to the right of him. Rocky's out here, split out to the left. Goers and Herrera are in your H-back. Randon comes up under center. And it's just going to be a pitch over here to Rylan. And he's going to be in. 2-point conversion makes it 8-0 Cats over the Mustangs with 9:36 left to go here in the first quarter. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football. We'll take a little break. Be right back. And we are back here in Perryville, Arkansas at Mustang Stadium. I think it's Mustang Stadium. I don't see it on the scoreboard what it says. But we're back here in Perryville, Arkansas, folks. Rocky Ross runs 57 yards, gets tackled at the 2-yard line, and then Rylan Ray goes in for the 2-point after his brother Randon goes in from 2 yards out for the touchdown. And he's going to be wrapped up. That was number 13 on the return again. That's going to be Roberts. Trace Hall is in the area, and Blazin Jones and Dunn Daniel. To give you some stats on Rocky, he has 640 yards rushing on the year and 9 touchdowns with 5.5 tackles. Speaking of Mr. Dunn Daniel, I'll give you some stats on him here on defense after this play. 2 receivers to either side. Tipton's going to go in motion, and this is going to be quarterback keeper right up the middle, and Dax Goff and Brett Welling meets him, and he's going to get about 3 yards there on the carry. Dunn Daniel, he's coming into tonight's game with 23 and a half tackles, and he's already got 1 tackle tonight. So that puts him at 24 and a half tackles on the year.
A little shovel pass there, forward pass, but jet sweep pretty much.
So anytime it goes in front, it's considered a pass, but if backwards, it's a run, just in case anybody was curious.
Yeah. Only about a yard on that one.
Mr. Plymell, he had 3.5 tackles last week against the Eagles, and that's going to, I'll give you his stats once they load here in just a second. Trips to the left, one over here to the right. Tipton is going to be your running back. Quarterback's looking over here on the left-hand side. He's getting pressure from Ryland, and he's going to be hit initially by Mr. Brett Welling, and he's going to be tackled by Mason Goers and Chase Plymell. So it brings up 4th and 6 with 8:04 left to go here in the first quarter, and the ball is on the 16-yard line of the Mustangs. Rennan and Brooks are standing just on the other side of midfield. Number 88 is going to be your punter for the Mustangs. He's standing about the 4-yard line. That's going to be Diaz. High snap and high kick. Goers almost blocked it. And it's going to go out of bounds about the 46-yard line. Chase Plymell has 19.5 tackles on the year. And your leading tackler for the Cats is Mr. Cody Elliott. And he's got 34 tackles after last week's game. He had 7 tackles last week against the Eagles, and Dunn had 6.5 tackles. So they both had outstanding performances on defense. I'd watch for them tonight to have a good performance on defense. As Mr. Randon Ray is making a little something out of nothing. He's got a first down, and got to give a shout out to your offensive line, Isaac. I mean, we're coming into tonight's game, and we are averaging 430 yards of total offense, and 422 yards of that is on the ground. So your 4 guys back there in the backfield, they ain't doing nothing without those big guys up front. So give them some credit as well. And it's going to be handoff to Rylan Ray right up the middle, still up on his feet to about the 25-yard line. He's going to be thrown down about the 21 by number 88, Diaz. Did read a good little article on Mr. Mason Goers. Got a lineman's dream last week as the ball just happened to pop into his hands after it was punched out of Dax's arms, and it just went in for 2 yards. So he technically had a rushing touchdown for 2 yards on 0 carries. That don't happen very much. As Goff goes in motion right there on the pitch to the right-hand side. A little stiff arm by Goff. What a move. And he's going to be wrapped up about the 10. Let's see. No, that's the 15-yard line. But I'll try to share that to our Facebook page later. But it's a good read on Mason and Casey Matson. Both the guys not originally on, I was going to say not on the offensive line, but Technically, yes. There was tight ends. Casey spent a little time at fullback. Mason spent some time at fullback in junior high. But they both was your tight ends the last couple of years as a handoff to your fullback right there, Rylan Ray. But coaches told them, look, hey, we need you guys to move to the offensive line. And they just took that on, with the full head of steam, and they've done a good job to add to the guys we've got on the line. Mr. Matt Obar is your center, number 58. He's a sophomore. You got your two guards, number 55 on the right side. That's Mr. Brett Welling, and Johnny Barnes on the left, number 50. They're juniors. And then your two guys at the tackles are your two seniors, as Randon takes it there on the quarterback keeper, and he's wrapped up by number 28, Newman. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Cats with the ball on the 8-yard line with 5:52 left to go here in the first quarter. But your two guys on the outside, your right tackle's number 52, that's Casey Matson, and your left tackle's number 51, that's Mason Goers. Your tight end is going to be number 5, that is Dunn Daniel. Ray Splance is going to be your receiver out on the right-hand side. Dax Goff goes in motion. It's going to be hand off to Rylan Ray right up the middle, and he's going to go in from 8 yards out with 5:30 left to go here in the first quarter. From the scoreboard, looks like 5:90. Doesn't it, Isaac?
It does.
So, anyways, with 5:30 left to go here in the first quarter, it is 14-0 Cats over the Mustangs. That's going to bring on Pablo Greco Ferrer to do the kicking for the Cats. Brooks Herrera is going to be your holder, and I believe Mr. Cade Smith is going to do the long snapping.
Maybe he can kick it on the pavement over there.
And there's the kick, and
He
it does. Oh, does it go into the ditch over there? Yes, it does, folks. Just for your information, it rolled into the ditch on the other side. It bounced in the middle of the just shy of the road and rolled through. So there goes the boys after it right there. But some games to kind of, for you folks to kind of help watch out for is Paris is playing Danville. Danville more likely is going to be the 5th seed tonight with a win or a loss. If they do beat Paris and Atkins loses to Mayflower, then they could get the 4th seed. Right now, Atkins does hold the head-to-head over Danville, even though if they wind up with the same conference record. Atkins has the head-to-head, so they'll get the 4th seed. Danville will be the 5th seed. Our 4th seed will be traveling to Northeast Arkansas. Our 4th seed is going to be traveling to Northeast Arkansas to play. I'll tell you here in a second after the kick. It'll be fielded over there on the left-hand side at the 20-yard line. And he gets up over to about the 35 by, I didn't see who made the tackle, but that was Irwin on the carry. But anyways, as far as our conference goes, our 2nd seed will play the 4th seed from Conference 2, which is Northeast Arkansas. I'll spit it out there. I do apologize. I'm, for some reason, a little tongue-tied tonight, folks.
The T.
They're here. They are in the wing T here, and it's going to be handoff to your fullback right there. That was number 6, I believe, Tipton.
Yeah. There's a poor attempt at a trap, I think.
Now, they didn't run it much last week, but they did run it some with Givens out there, their big junior quarterback. They're hoping he'll be back maybe next week. We'll see. But
they went from no huddle to huddling. So
yeah. Again, your quarterback is going to be number 12, Hoyt. Your fullback is number 6, that's Tipton. And it's just going to be quarterback keeper. He gets maybe 2 yards there. And that's going to be Casey Matson in there on the stop for the Cats. Your other halfbacks in there for the Mustangs is going to be number 28, Newman. And number 7 was the guy in motion, Roland. Speaking of Casey Matson, I'll give you some stats on the young man and how many tackles he has this year. But Casey has 24 and a half tackles coming into tonight's game now. He's missed 2 games, and that's a good run there. Get about 4 yards, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Mustangs from their own 40-yard line. Miss Janet Campbell wants to do a shout-out to Steve and Jennifer Black. Again, if y'all want a shout out, just text me or Isaac, send us a message, and we'll try to get those shout outs. Sometimes we don't see them. There's been times I didn't see them until after the game. We will try to get those out. I got one shout out I want to do after this play right here. Hard count by the Mustangs. Again, it's 4th down for them. We're going to have a timeout by Perryville with 3:44.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it's 44 or 14.
Well,
I think it's.
It could be either.
That could be either. Anyways, we got 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter and some change. Cats are up 15-0 over the Mustangs. We'll take a break and be right back. And we are back here in Perryville, Arkansas for Isaac Brown. I am Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat football, week 10 of high school football. And the Mustangs are going to go for it here, and it's 4th and 4, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. I think he's going to be a yard short. We got a flag. Uh-oh. That's probably going to be against the Cats. The Cats stopped them, and I think we just gave them a free first down.
I didn't see what happened. So
I didn't either, but it's thrown from the back judge back here. The ref is talking to our guys, so that's my guess. We'll see, but I'll take the time right now. I'll give a shout out to Mr. Lonnie Barham. He is watching from all the way in Warwick, Rhode Island. Says, "Go Cats! Beat Perryville. Go on to win the state championship." Rocky Stone, he also says, "Go Cats, go."
this is unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty for the Cats, and that's going to put the Mustangs into Bearcat territory. No?
It was after the play.
After the play. Okay, so we got a break there.
Yeah, it was a dead ball.
Okay. Whew. But that would have, if it was during the play, would have put them in Bearcat territory for the first time tonight.
Yep.
They did pretty good from the tee. They did a little good from the gun while ago, running it too. So they may go back and forth. It's kind of hard when you got some of your guys out. You got, I think, a halfback out. You got a lineman still out. It just hurts, Got about 2-3 guys out, and you're slowly getting some guys back, getting them healthy, just in time for playoffs. So your Cats are going to take over from their own 39 with 3:09 left to go here in the first quarter. It is first down for them. Brooks goes in motion. He's going to get the pitch over here from Randon. He's got some room. Got a little block from Ryland. He's got the first down up over to midfield. And let's see if Mr. Brooks Ferrer can go the yard. 25, 20, 15, 10. And he's going to be dragged down about the 7-yard line. Was that Mr. Diaz on the stop for the Mustangs? Got to give a shout-out to our Wigtons up there in Pennsylvania. Zach, Britt, Caden, Bubba, Cash Wigton are all watching their Cats at Pop and Mim's house, and they say, "Go Cats." Dax Goff goes in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the left-hand side. Good blocking there by Ross on the edge, and he's going to go in for a touchdown with 2:31 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 21-0 Cats over the Mustangs. Give a shout out to Mr. Jacob Tucker, former Bearcat and national champion from the College of the Ozarks on, was that Bunker? I shared it on our Facebook website, on our Facebook page. And that kick by Pablo was good. That makes it 22-0 with 2:31 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. But maybe at some point we can talk to some of them, or maybe your dad or something if he wants to, if it's not against college rules. We'll have to look into that. But I just find that interesting. Not many places can say, hey, we have state championship in shooting, and not just shooting, but in other sports, you know, and then go on to say, hey, we also have some people from our school that are also national champions. Your sister won 2 national championships as a shooter for the Colleges of Ozarks, and then she's got 2 as a coach, and your dad also has 2 as a coach, and then Jacob, he's got 1 right now, senior year at the College of the Ozarks. So I just find that pretty awesome. You know, got some state champs and national champions from Booneville. It's just another reason I like Booneville, you know. And here's Pablo's kick. Good kick by Pablo, and it's going to be fielded by Newman over here about the 14-yard line. I'm sorry, that is number 22. Yeah, that is number 22, Hubbard. That was Mr. Tayton Rice, the senior Bearcat on the tackle. Miss Amanda Webb and Peyton Montalvo. Oh, thank you. They give a shout out to me for doing a great job on the live stream. Appreciate it, you two. Good stop there by the Cats defense. Casey Matson, Rylan Ray, and Dax Goffin there on the stop for your Bearcats. Johnny Barnes is going to come in. I will also say basketball season is coming upon us. Don't forget to sign your kids up for the basketball league at the Boys and Girls Club. You can stop by the Boys and Girls Club or call the Boys and Girls Club. Talk to Miss Amanda or Mr. Rick. It would be graciously appreciated. Right up the middle by the Mustangs again. About a 2-yard gain there, and it's going to bring up 3rd down for them with 1:37 left to go here in the first quarter. The ball is on the 33-yard line of the Mustangs. And other than that little jet sweep, little shuffle pass, they really hadn't passed it tonight.
No, but they're going back this spread. Looks like here. At least that's what it looks like.
That's what it's looking like right now. You got trips to the left.
Well, this is a different formation. Tackle's eligible for reports, but
So we'll see here. And it's just going to be balls on the ground. It's almost like a power play, I guess. Or
is heavy on the other side.
Yeah.
But it's heavy with receivers, not linemen. Usually you want linemen to be heavy set.
A little different. I hadn't really seen that too much. You got your 2 backs to the left of your quarterback, and then he fakes to them. They come to the right. So I don't.
Yeah, it sort of looked like a power.
Buck.
Yeah, it wasn't. It sort of looked like a power, but off tackle.
They're going to bring on Diaz, your punter. Back deep is going to be Brooks and Brandon. They're going to be standing about their 33-yard line. Oh, that's going to be off the side of his foot, and that goes in the bleachers. And
I was about to say, where the heck are you going, guy?
He almost caught it. At least it didn't knock anybody's drinks over. It went in between a Mountain Dew bottle and a Dr. Pepper can. How it done that, I don't know.
Everybody's having trouble finding the ball.
So it looks like the Cats are going to be on the 42-yard line of the Mustangs with 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. And it is 22-0 Cats over the Mustangs. And it's going to be Randon Ray on the keeper over here on the right-hand side. Right up the middle. Stiff arm, still on his feet, Randon. And he's going to be wrapped up by number 7. That's going to be Roland. He's going to get down to the 26, 27-yard line.
think it'll be the end of the quarter here.
And that's probably going to be the end of the first quarter. Your Cats are leading 22 to nothing. At the end of one. We'll just keep it here. Do a couple more shout outs real quick. Ms. Amanda says registration ends November 15th for to sign up for the Boys and Girls Club Basketball League. So if we win tonight's game, Isaac, be outright conference champs. We will have a home game against the 5th seed from Conference 2. So it could be Salem, maybe Riverview, Mountain View. It depends.
Yeah, but more than likely Salem.
But more than likely it's going to be Salem. Unless something changes or I've looked at something wrong, it's going to be probably Salem.
Yep.
Perryville more than likely will wrap up the 3rd seed after tonight. They'll have to travel to Melbourne to face the Bearcats with a K and a Z next week. That's in northeastern Arkansas. Atkins, if they wrap up the 4th seed tonight, they will travel to Cedarville. And then the winner of that game would play Hoxie, who has a first-round bye and is sitting on top of the playoff bracket. Hand off to Rocky Rossi on the right-hand side. Rocky still on his feet to 10-5. Touchdown Bearcats with 11:53 left to go here in the second quarter. Ross goes 42 yards. That makes it 28-0. Cats over the Mustangs. Got to give a shout out to former neighbors, the Smiths, and especially Mr. Barron Smith, watching all the way from Shallow Water, Texas. Hope y'all are doing good and enjoying Texas, and hope everything's going good. Caleb Johnson says, "Go Cats." Also want to give a shout out to Dummy Shepard and Philip watching. See it, folks. It's just one of them nights. But Dummy Shepard and Philip Robertson, they are watching from the Sugar Grove area tonight. Give a shout out to Mom and Dad. I know Dad's watching. Oh, I'm sorry. Philip Robertson, he's watching from O'Reilly's Auto Parts. So if you need anything, any parts or anything, go hit Philip up at O'Reilly's. He's working tonight. And that's going to bring on Pablo's kick. Got 11:53 left to go here in the second quarter, and he touched it, so that's a live ball. It's going to be picked up about the 12-yard line by number 13, and he's going to be wrapped up by a whole slew of Bearcats. You had Tatum Rice in there. I believe Mr. Peyton Tatum and Ferris Daines as well, and Blazin Jones, the leading tackler for the Cats on that one. Gary and Jen Taylor, they are watching tonight. Give a shout out to Faith and Maddie Means. Shotgun formation for the Mustangs. Hoyt's going to be your quarterback, and it's going to be handed off to right up the middle. That's number 1 in there now at halfback. Peoples. Get a little burst of speed, and he's going to have about a 7-yard gain after Dunn finally stopped him, though. 11:30 left to go here in the second quarter. It's 2nd and 3. Ball's on the 29-yard line of the Mustangs. Trips out here to the left, one to the right. Peoples is your quarterback to the right of Hoyt. It's going to be hand off to Peoples right up the middle, and he's going to get a good lick by Mr. Goff. He's going to have the first down, and that's a pretty good change of pace for the Mustangs here, Isaac.
Yeah, it looks like we're trying to play like a man coverage maybe. There wasn't anybody deep. So if he gets past the linebackers,
He's probably
he'll
going to
have
be.
a good chunk of yardage.
Yeah.
Tatum's back there, so it should help alleviate some of
I was
that.
going to say, Tatum's sitting about your first down marker. A little screen pass. First pass of the night, really. And Chase Plumell, I guess you can credit him with the tackle there, but Diaz was kind of slipping, but we'll give the tackle to Plumell right there. Got 10:50 left to go here in the second quarter, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line of the Mustangs. Also give a shout-out to some other former neighbors. The Townsends. Not sure if they're watching tonight, but give a shout-out to them. And it's going to be handoff again. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be scooped up by Mason Goer, still up on his feet. And, he's going to be wrapped up about the 13-yard line. And, man, I was hoping Mr. Goer is going to get a touchdown for the second week in a row. I'd like to give a shout-out to Mr. John Goers. Figure he's probably watching up from Chicago, Illinois. Or Chicago, Illinois. There we go. So 10:21 left to go here in the first half. And the Cats are up 29-0 over the Mustangs. We are on the 14-yard line of the Mustangs. Brandon's going to be your quarterback. And he's going to have the keeper over here on the left-hand side. About a 6-yard gain there for Brandon. Brooks Herrera is going to be your right halfback. Rylan Ray is your fullback. And Ross is your left halfback. Let's see, we'll check some scores for you folks. Baptist Prep did beat. They played last night, played their final game. Best winning season they've had in 10 years. And but they won 41-18 against the Gators of Two Rivers, and Mr. Rylan Ray goes in from 8 yards out with 9:31 left to go here in the first half. And so that's going to make your Cats up 35-0. So if we hold them scoreless, that's going to invoke the mercy rule to start the second half. Cats are going to go for 1 point here. As we're going to bring on Mr. Pablo Grecos Ferrer to do the PAT. Brooks is going to be the holder, and Kate Smith to do the snapping. We do have the freshmen over there for the Bearcats. They are got a jersey and their jeans on tonight. They played Monday night, and they lost to Charleston in a close game. It was 30-22, I believe, was the final score. But them and the 7th graders played, I believe it was Tuesday or Monday. And now I will get you folks some more scores. Let's see. Osceola and Manila, they have a 0-0 game right now in the second quarter. I said it right that time, right, Isaac?
Yeah.
Sweet. So pretty much the winner of that game is going to play our 5th seed. And so if we win our first playoff game next week, we could face one of them two if they beat our 5th seed. So we shall see. Prescott is up 14-0 over Glen Rose, and Rosin is up 23-0 over Drew Central, and Fordyce is up 35-0 over Bearden. That's in the first. And Salem is losing to Harding Academy 14-0. That's in the second quarter. Here's a kick by Pablo, and it's going to go into the end zone. I thought he was going to pick it up there for a second, Isaac.
I don't think he would have got very far if he did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, we were closing in pretty fast. So it was a good decision.
Very, very good decision. Hey, Mansfield is up 6-0 over Hackett right now. That's in the second quarter. Again, that's who the basketball teams played Monday night at Bearcat Gymnasium. Stop by. Tip-off is 6 o'clock. So go cheer on the Cats and Lady Cats. And it's going to be quarterback keeper right up the middle by Hoyt. Whole slew of Cats. Casey Matson and Brett Welling leading the way. And Johnny Barnes was in there on the stop as well. Now, me and Isaac won't be able to make it to all the basketball games. I'm just going to let y'all folks know right now.
Yeah,
But
a lot.
It is usually 2 games a week, and not trying to make an excuse or anything, but they should have them live like they did last year. They do have a little nice camera projector, and it's going to be a high pass ball. Hoyt, and incomplete. That's intended to number 84. That's going to be Irwin. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. But the game should be live. So, and I will share that to our Facebook page, and it'll be on YouTube, and also be on BoonevilleBearcats.com. Don't forget to go to BoonevilleBearcats.com. Don't forget to download the app, and I'm going to pull up to thank our sponsors for the new website and our new app. And I will thank them after this play. It brings up 3rd and 9. Ball's on the 21-yard line with 8:34 left to go here, and People is going to be wrapped up. Plowmill with the initial contact, and he fell down after Chase hit him.
Yep.
And he's going to be 4th and 10 now for the Mustangs, and they're going to be punting. So we want to thank our sponsors real quick. 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Patriot Underground, Crowley City Service, Community National Bank, Stacy Hobart Photo Art, and Gerald Baker Shield of Shelter Insurance. Want to thank those people. If you see them out and about, tell them thank you. Because without them, and it's another punt off the side of his foot, hit the side of the bleachers this time. Which is a good thing because that was close. They could have hit somebody right there. But if you see those people out and about, tell them thank you, because without them, we wouldn't have the new website and or the app. So tell them thank you. April Barr, she wants to give a shout out to Garrick Barr, number 24, and number 29 too, Chatton Barr. Love Mom and Dad and go Cats. Did I say that right, Mom? I'm sorry if I didn't. So we head out to Dax Goffin at fullback right now, and a little juke move by Dax. He's up over to the 15, the 10. Down to the 5, still on his feet, and knocked out of bounds about the 4-yard line. And I will say, me and Isaac walked around that way. It's
where you drop off the face of the earth.
It does. It's a big drop from where the chalk is over there on the sideline to, right behind that ref. It drops. So, good little drop there. So 1st and go from the 4, and it's going to be Brandon Ray on the keeper, and he's going to go in with 7:59 left to go here in the first half. So that's going to make your Booneville Bearcats up 42-0 over the Mustangs. So Pablo to do the kicking. Brooks is doing the holding. Here's the snap. Good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So it's 7 minutes and 58 seconds left to go here in the first half. It is 43-0. Cats over the Mustangs. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, 750. Did I say Bearcat Stadium? Man, folks.
We're pretty far from there.
We are pretty.
Miles.
Hey, there you go. About a, hour and a half drive?
Yeah.
Not a bad little drive. If you like scenic views and stuff. Not too much scenic down this way. As far as leaf change. Good run there. Anyways, Brooks pushed him out of bounds. fans was wanting a foul there. I don't know if there was anything to throw a foul on or a flag.
No.
Anyways, good hard run by number 84, Irwin. I think that's probably about their best return they've had tonight. Speaking of the Mustangs, the seniors on their roster, Isaac, they have played on back-to-back winning teams for the Mustangs and have made the playoffs 3 straight years. And their only loss has been to Paris this year of the whole season. And they lost that one 31-6. And it was a relatively close game. And then their quarterback got hurt. Number 50 got hurt as well. And when you lose some guys, it hurts. And then you don't want to play anybody when they're not fully strength. You know, they still got a couple guys out here. Incomplete. That was intended to number 7, Roland.
Little tunnel screen.
That could have, he would have been close to a first down on that one. That was set up pretty good. But Coach Norton, he's done a good job here at Perryville. Got to give him some credit, as well as his coaching staff as well. And they've done a good job, 3 winning seasons in a row. So they're building something here in Perryville. So another little thing on, I'm actually reading this off our school website, BoonevilleBearcats.com. Mr. Glenn posted it. I'll read it after this. Trips to the right, one over here to the left. Peoples is in the backfield with Hoyt, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Diaz. Casey Matson, though, in coverage. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Mustangs. And we'll see if they decide to go for it here or they're going to punt it. I say give it a shot, Coach. 7 minutes, it's 43-0, but then you got to decide, I want to give up good field position. You draw up a good play, you can get the first down here. Wouldn't hurt to try that tunnel screen again. You got just some go routes here, and Roland was your intended receiver. PT in coverage for the Cats, just right out of the reach for him. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats with 7:06 left to go here in the second quarter. It is 43-0, Cats over the Mustangs. And looks like Mr. Peyton Tatum's going to be coming in at quarterback, and Mr. Randon Ironman Ray, his night's going to be done. That's going to bring in Brendan Dove as well at tight end for your Bearcats. Rylan Ray's going to be your fullback still. Rocky Ross is your left halfback. Dax Goff is your left halfback. Your starting linemen are still out there for the moment. Ray Splancett splits out here to the right-hand side again. Mr. Peyton Tatum's going to take the snaps under center with 7:06 left to go here in the second quarter. Goff goes in motion, and it's going to be a pass play, and good pass over here, and it's just out of their reach, just a little too high, almost to the back shoulder of Ross there, Isaac, with 7:01 left to go here in the second. I like the call there, though, by Coach Crowley. He even faked me. I thought it was going to be a pitch to Dax. So we'll see what the Cats got drawn up here. Number 70, Mr. Cameron Osborne, has come into the game for the Cats tonight. He's going to be your left tackle. And I will say, I'll give a shout-out to Cameron. He's did a pretty good job filling in for Casey. While Casey's been out the last 2 games, he's stepped up, and he's done a good job. So I'll give the young man credit for stepping up when he needed to. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper over here. And he's going to get maybe about 4 yards there on the carry. 77 was one of the first guys to have contact with him. That's going to be Tyler Hubbard. He goes about 6 foot, 260, and he's a junior. Now, Perryville, they do have quite a few seniors, but they do have some guys, coming back. And they've got their freshman class. They've moved up, I believe it was 6 or 7 freshmen. Trace Hall is in at halfback right now for the Bearcats. And that's number 77 on the stop again for the Mustangs. Tyler Hubbard, as Tatum took it there on the keeper, and that's going to bring on Pablo Gradicos Ferrer to kick a field goal. That's going to make that a, 49-yarder? Did that move my math right?
48.
48 yard off. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Pablo for a career long of 48 yards. Brooks to do the holding. Kate Smith to do the snapping.
I think I would have put somebody back there at the
Yeah. Flag. Delay game. So that's going to back them up. Nope, just kidding, folks. We had a timeout. He threw the flag, though. Okay.
He just waved it off.
Waved it off. Whew,
Well,
good.
At least he'll still get a chance at the field goal.
Yeah, that would have made that a, what, 54-yarder, 53?
53-yarder.
I'd like to see him at least try that. That'd be, that's a long field goal.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people tried to ever kick a field goal. It's not easy to do. Many people say, "Oh, I can do that. I can." I've even tried kicking a 35-yard field goal myself. No, it didn't go pretty. You know, it wasn't very good. It's it's harder than it looks. So give the young guys that are kickers, give them some credit because they put some time into this and work. And also want to thank Juan Rios and Marco Vasquez for working with Pablo this year and helping him. This is the first time Pablo's ever played American football. Pablo, he's our foreign exchange student from Spain, and he's trying a 48-yard field goal right now, and it looks like it's going to be just a hair short.
Yeah, he got under it.
Yeah.
Looked like he false stepped too, so that could have played into that.
Yeah. I think he could probably still get that from right there. I think he can get it. Pablo's got some power in his legs. He plays soccer over there in Spain. He's actually off of the coast of Spain, a little island. I don't remember the name of it right now or anything, but do want to give a shout out though to his parents, his mom and dad watching over in Spain right now. I know I say it just about every time. It's early in the morning over there, folks.
It also counted as a punt, so that's why I get it to 20.
That is true. I'm glad you noticed that. Yeah, in high school you can do that. Dardanelle is known for doing that. You can do that, and it counts as a punt. So
It's touchback.
Touchback, yeah. So it'd been cool if it landed at the 1. 2 receivers to either side. Peoples is going to be your halfback, and he's going to get the handoff right here on the right-hand side. The young man's got some speed for the Mustangs, and who was that was holding him backwards? That's going to be Mr. Rylan Ray for your Bearcats, and Brooks Herrera in there on the stop as well for the Cats. Number 20, Cody Elliott was in there on the stop, that's what the announcer says. As well, number 28, Newman comes in for the Mustangs. He's a senior. He goes 5'8", 202. He's going to be in the backfield with Hoyt. Trips over here to the left, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Chase Plumell, first guy back there. He misses him. And he's going to be wrapped up, though. About a 2-yard loss there on the play. Brings up 3rd down for the Mustangs. Brendan Dove is coming into the game tonight for the Cats, and Mr. Casey Matson's coming out. Also give a shout-out to Mr. Cody Elliott. Cody's rotated in and out on defense, Isaac, but stepping up when Mr. Casey Matson was out with the injury. And I know I keep bringing that up, but when you have your leading tackler out for a game, you need guys to step up, and I'm surprised his knee wasn't down. Anyways, Trace Hall in there on the stop. That pass was thrown to number 84, Tyler Irwin. He's a senior for the Mustangs. He's 5'9", 154. So 4th and 7, and the Mustangs are going to bring on the punt team. Race Blansett and Brooks Herrera is going to be back deep for the Cats. But I will say, Isaac, we do have a pretty good defense. They get some good pressure on them. We've got a handful of guys, honestly, that's got over 20 tackles. Dax has got over 20. He's got around 24 or so. Cody's got in the 30s. Casey's got low mid-20s as well as Mason. And I didn't know if Brooks was going to try to get that or not right there. So, it does hurt losing your leading tackler, but when you also have guys that, make some plays too on defense, that's always a plus. What was that?
It sounded like a chair falling down.
It did. Now, hey, somebody's thinking smart. They brought a little propane heater set with them in the bleachers.
Yeah. Next level thinking.
Next level thinking. Looks like Mr. Cody Elliott is going to be your fullback now for the Cats. Trace Hall is in at your running right halfback. Your left halfback is going to be Dax Goff. Your offensive line, your starting offensive line is still out there. Peyton Tatum comes up under center. 4:03 left to go here until halftime. And it's going to be a handoff to Cody right up the middle. He gets about 2 yards there on the carry. That's going to be old big number 50 on the stop, Hunter Johnson. He's 5'11", 334, senior for the Mustangs. And I know they were seemed pretty excited to have him back when they was talking to him earlier.
Yep.
So
Well, looked like he's a big part of their offensive line, anchoring the center point. So
yeah, when you lose your center is usually your anchor point. You know, they also can play different spots on the line for the most part in different offenses. And that's going to be Peyton Tatum on the keeper right here. He's got the first down. Good hard running by PT there. He's got the first down, and that's going to be Newman on the stop for the Mustangs. 3:19 left to go here in the first half. It's 43-0. Cats over the Mustangs. Dunn Daniels going to be split out to the left. Race Lance is going to be split out here to the right. I'll try to check some scores for you folks real quick. Hall goes in motion. He's going to get the handoff over here on the left-hand side. We'll see if Trace can go the distance. Little juke move, and Trace Hall's up over to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown? Yes, sir. Touchdown, Trace Hall, 43 yards, and that's going to make it 49-0. Cats over the Mustangs. I will say I like watching Trace run. He just, I know I've said it before, it's just a whole nother dynamic to our running game, in my opinion. You have Brooks, you got Rolland, you have Rocky, and you have Dax, you know, and then you add Trace to the mix. You know, that's pretty good backfield. And you have Cody that can come in at fullback, and Garrick comes in on the second string at fullback, and Garrick runs hard. He's a hard runner, and we'll probably see Garrick later on tonight if this keeps up. And here's Pablo's PAT, and it is good. But Isaac, I feel like we got pretty good backfield. You know, Peyton does a good job coming in at quarterback after Randon's out of the game. Does a pretty good job commanding the offense. There's honestly, you know, not much step back. You know, when you first string and second string, you're going to have some setbacks. But Peyton, he comes in and he just picks right up where Randon takes off, you know, where he leaves off. And the same thing with our, you know, with our second string offense, you know. First of the year, we did struggle a little. Our offensive line struggled a little. And that's to be expected. You know, some of the guys on the second string, they're sophomores. It's a different, the speed from junior high to senior high, the transition, the game is totally different speed. And so it takes, you know, a couple games to get used to that.
Yep.
But the games that they've got in as the season's gone on, I have been very, very impressed. They've done good. The coaches, give the coaches credit. They've done a good job coaching, you know, the guys up and getting them ready for the games.
Yeah, the experience comes into play later.
It does.
A year later, 2 years later.
So we got 2:46 left to go here in the first half. It's 50-0 Cats over the Mustangs. Some of your guys out here on the kickoff team on this side closest to us, number 1, that's going to be Brooks Ferrer. 23 is Cade Smith. 88, Race Blancett. 2 is Brendan Dove. 32 is Cody Elliott. Tayton Ross is on the other side of Pablo. Good kick there by Pablo. I don't know if he touched it. No, I guess he didn't. Then you have Ferris Daines over there, number 53. Blazin Jones is number 6. Trace Hall is number 7. And Garrick Barr is number 24. Looks like we got some substitutions for the Cats. Got number 76 coming into the game. It's going to be Gage Bouchard. Number 74 is Matthew Crosby. There's our old buddy. Number 75, Lance Sims coming into the game. Tayton Ross is going to come in. He's going to be one of your middle linebackers on the defense for the Cats. Lance is going to be your nose man. Your right defensive tackle is going to be number 74. That's going to be Crosby. Your left defensive tackle, 76. That's Bouchard. Your two middle linebackers, number 2, Brendan Dove, and 57, Tatum Rice. It's going to be hand off to Peoples right up the middle, and Tatum Rice is going to tackle him after about a 4-yard gain.
Flag over there.
I've got a flag. We got an offsides, Isaac, or
More than likely.
I'll get to those scores I was telling you folks about too while they're discussing this. Cave City is up over Truman, 14-7, and Truman has a chance to win that conference tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Dardanelle is up 42-0 over Dover, and Mina Lamar's tied at 0 at in the second quarter. Ozark's up 21-0 over Waldron. They won the 4A4 conference last week with a win over Lamar. Mansfield and Hackett game is still 6-0 is what Fearless is saying. West Fork and Greenland, they're in a close game.
Is that illegal substitution?
Yeah, it'll be a legal substitution. Did we not have everybody out there?
Or we had, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Unless we had too many. Anyways, we head off the Peoples right up the middle, and he's going to be short of the first down. Matthew Crosby on the bottom of the pile. Tate Ross in there as well. And Gage Bouchard is coming from the middle of the pile as well. Your corner on the far side looks like that's Mr. Blazin Jones. Race Blancett is going to be your safety. 2 seniors over there for the Bearcats. Trace Hall over here is your other corner, junior. And Mr. Peyton Tatum's going to be your safety up top. Peoples with the carry. He's got the first down in the Mustangs, Isaac, or in Bearcat territory for the first time tonight. And it's 1:54 left to go here in the first half, 50-0. Cats over the Mustangs. The ball is on the 44-yard line of the Bearcats. Manila and Osceola is still in a scoreless game according to Fearless in the second quarter. Paris is up 40-7 over Danville. That's in the second. And Peoples doing some hard running here for the Mustangs. Tate Rice, Peyton Tatum, and Matthew Crosby on the stop for the Bearcats. Cameron Osborne is going to come into the game for the Bearcats. And Prescott's up 21-0 over Glen Rose, while Dollarway is up 16-7 over Lake Village. And then Augusta is up 6-3 over Brinkley. That's an 8-man. That's going to be your smaller 8-man. And Peoples, I'm sorry, that's Brendan Hoyt, your quarterback. Was that our buddy Lance Sim on the stop? Or was that Crosby? Oh, that's Brendan Dove, the announcer says. He's number 2. He's your middle linebacker. Got some pressure from the outside linebacker. That's Ferris Daines. Brendan Dove in there on the stop. Peyton Tatum and Tate Rice. Speaking of 8-man, Subiaco is playing Episcopal, I believe, tonight for the big school state championship in 8-man. Now, the bigger schools are not sanctioned with the AAA. The smaller schools like Augusta, Brinkley, Decatur, they are sanctioned into 2 8-teams conferences. And nice open field tackle by Mr. Rice. And so that's going to be third down for the Mustangs. Looks like we're going to have a timeout by the Mustangs. Is that 20 seconds left, Isaac? I can't tell, honestly, folks. It's the angle on the bulbs that are lit up.
Some of the bulbs are on the whole time, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. It's either 20 or 80. I don't think it's 80. But anyways, Subi's playing. I believe it's the second year in a row they're playing for a state championship in 8-man. So Subi's doing pretty good in 8-man. Again, like I was saying, you got 2 conferences, North and South Conference in 8-man on the smaller classifications. Now your bigger schools, there's only, I believe, 4. Rosebud, Subiaco, Little Rock Episcopal, and I want to say Marshall? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There's one more team from Harding's conference. So there's only 6 teams in that conference. So one team's going to be left out of the playoffs this year. That are your bigger schools to play in 8-man. So next year, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe the AAA will sanction more 8-man football. We'll see. High pass. Hoyt was throwing that to number 7. That's going to be Roland.
So apparently that was 50 seconds.
50 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 44 seconds left to go here. Mustangs, Isaac, they're threatening to get on the scoreboard here in the first half. It's 50-0. Cats over the Mustangs. I will say I'm a little shocked. Of course, they do have some guys out. I want to say a halfback. And then, of course, they're starting quarterback. You got one more lineman out. And I thought they had another halfback out. I could be mistaken. They've got some guys back. Good job. Good coverage by Jones. Blazing Jones there. That's intended for number 2, Irwin. So as we turn over on downs. So 38 seconds left to go here in the first half. I'm honestly guessing, folks, because it looks like it says 8 seconds. Anywho.
Yeah, they can't be 8 seconds. They only ran 2 plays.
Yeah, we'll go with 38. I'll tell you here in a second. I do want to say thank you again to the Perryville administration and the ones up here helping us trying to get this going. Again, we're going off Isaac's hotspot.
Maybe it is.
Maybe, I guess it was 8 seconds. Okay, well, it's halftime. But I do want to say thank you to Perryville and for trying to help us. The router got struck by lightning, and they've worked on it all day, and they've tried to do what they could, and so I thank them for that. And the press box. I mean, this is a nice big press box. It may not look big, but I mean the room we're in is.
It's 12 by 12.
Yeah.
10 by 10.
Yeah, pretty good room, and it's a nice little press box, nice little facility. And I'm not saying that to say this. It is. It's for a small 3A school. This is a good press box. So you got the cheerleaders from Perryville out here, and then your Booneville Bearcat award-winning band will be coming out here, and they went to Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium Monday to compete at state. They did come up a little short of winning state, but they still performed. They did good, and they've got third out of 16 teams. So that's pretty good. I believe 2 years in a row they've got third. And Mr. and Miss Rhodes have done an awesome job with the band. They're not called your Booneville Bearcat award-winning marching band for nothing. They do good at competitions. They get 1s, they get 2 ratings at competitions. They're one of the bigger 3A bands in the state. So, I mean, you got to give kudos to Mr. and Miss Rhodes. They do a good job with the band, with the color guard. And I'll be quiet, and I'll let you folks enjoy your halftime show. And we'll get going here in just a little bit. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football.
Movement 1, I Sees Fantasy. Movement 2, Sea Shanty Battle. And Movement 3, Pirates of the Caribbean. Drum Major Ian Shackelford, is your band ready? We may embark on our halftime adventure. Ron Rhodes and Angela Rhodes, and color guard sponsor Karen Goff. These remarkable musicians recently competed in the War Memorial Stadium on November 1st at the Arkansas State Marching Competition, where they earned third place bronze medal. Way to go, Bearcat Band. Our next adventure will be in Bearcat Stadium November 12th as our fearless Bearcats take home our first playoff opponent. Go Bearcats.
And we are back here in Perryville, Arkansas, just down the road from Perry, Arkansas. And I still think we're in Perry County. Got some stats for you folks here at halftime. Your halftime score is 50-0 Cats over the Mustangs. The Mustangs have 36 plays for 74 yards of offense, 15 minutes and 40 seconds time of possession. They have 26 rushing attempts for 70 yards, 4 of 10 passing for 4 yards. They have 1 turnover. That was a fumble that Mr. Mason Goers almost scooped and scored on. He got tackled about the 13-yard line. The Mustangs are also 1 of 9 on 3rd down. And I had wrote down somewhere, but the last 4 teams have only got maybe 5 or 6 first downs or 3rd down conversions out of what, 40. I'm pulling at numbers now. I don't remember. I shouldn't have even started down that road chasing that rabbit, but I did, and I'm coming back out. But your Booneville Bearcats have 23 plays for 327 yards of offense, and every single bit of that's been on the ground. And there's been 22 carries to get that yardage. There's been 1 pass attempt by Mr. Peyton Tatum, just right over the head of Mr. Rocky Ross. Your leading rusher for the Cats is Rocky Ross with 83 yards on 2 carries. Dax Goff, 53 yards on 3 carries. Brooks Herrera also has 53 yards on 1 carry. Trace Hall has 1 carry for 43 yards. And number 13 fills it up over here on the right-hand side. A little missed tackle by Pablo, but Trace Hall is going to tackle him about the 38-yard line. That was Roberts on the return for the Mustangs. Brandon Ray has 6 carries for 41 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rylan Ray, 4 carries for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Tatum, 3 carries for 15 yards, and Cody Elliott has 1 carry for 1 yard. Leading tackler for the Cats is Chase Plumell with 4.5. Tayton Rice has 4. Rylan Ray and Brett Welling both have 3.5. Dax Goff, 3. Dunn Daniel and Cody Elliott and Brendan Dove all have 2. And that was Peoples there on the run. He's got the first down, and he's going to be tripped up by Desmond Conley, number 40. Looks like you got Mr. Shelton out there on the defense for the Cats, number 15. Conley's out there, number 40. Ferris Daines and Cody Elliott is going to be your 2 outside linebackers. Your 2 middle linebackers is number 57, Tayton Rice, and number 2, Brendan Dove. And this is going to be quarterback keeper Hoyt on the right-hand side, and still pulling on his feet, and he's going to be wrapped up by Cody Elliott. And he's going to be brought down about the 22-yard line. So the Mustangs, Isaac, is doing pretty good starting here in the second half with 10 minutes and 36 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Again, it is a running clock. Mercy rule is invoked. As number 33 comes on for the Mustangs, that's going to be Colton Wright. Hoyt's going to be your quarterback. Trips to the left, one over here to the right. Wright is going to get the ball right up the middle. And that's going to be Mr. Tayton Rice on the stop for the Bearcats. Almost reminded me of the guys from Atkins when Dunn ran that 95-yard touchdown. Speaking of Dunn, Dunn may be in some on the second-string offense at halfback. We shall see here in just a little bit. Good stop there by the defense. That's Brendan Dove and Ferris Daines on the stop for the Bearcats. Wright carrying the ball there on the left-hand side for the Mustangs. Brings up 3rd and 3 with 9:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ball's on the 15-yard line of the Bearcats. Your nose man is our buddy old Lance Sims. Your left defensive tackle is number 76, Gage Bouchard, and Cameron Osborne is your right defensive tackle. You got 2 guys to either side. Wright is to the left of Hoyt. And it's going to be handoff right up the middle with Wright. And Cameron Osborne on the stop, so that's going to bring up 4th down. Good stop there by Cameron.
He's calling somebody else.
Is he calling somebody else?
He's calling Jacob something.
Jacob something, number 33. That is right?
Yeah, but maybe he's a 9th grader.
It might be a 9th grader. They've moved up some 9th graders. Hoyt, though, with the ball. He's hit. Yeah, he's going to be close. He dove for the first down. First Danes, though.
There's a flag over there.
Uh-oh. First Danes on the stop by the Bearcats, or for the Bearcats. While they are discussing that, I'll give you folks some scores at halftime. Mansfield is up 6-0 over Hackett at halftime. And McGee is up 24-0 over Smackover. That's also at halftime. And Bigelow, your number 1 team in Class 2A, is up 28-6 over Conway Christian. That's in the second quarter. Prescott's up 35-7 over Glen Rose. And Paris is up 47-7 at halftime over Danville. So that's offsides against the count, Isaac.
Yep.
So that's going to be a first down for the almost said it again. Ooh. But the Eagles of Paris are up 47-7 over Danville at halftime. And Osceola and Manila is tied at 0 at halftime. That's for the second seed in Conference 3A. Brendan Dove with the initial contact for the Cats. And our old buddy Lance Sims finishes it off. Second to go from the 5 with 7:24 left to go here in the third. Number 72 comes off for the Mustangs. That's going to be Aiden Smith, 6'1", 303 senior. Two receivers on either side. Hoyt's going to be your quarterback. And this is going to be handoff number 33. And Elliot Jacob Soji.
Yeah, he's not on the roster.
He
must be a freshman.
Must be a freshman. 33. He say Brandon Ray. Brandon's not even out there. Must have been Brendan Dove. I think Shelton was in there on the stop as well for the Bearcats. He say Soji. And Hoyt going to keep it over here on the right-hand side. Touchdown, Mustangs with 6:25 left to go here. In the third quarter, it's going to be 50-6. Bearcats over the Mustangs. We'll see. It looks like they're going to go for nope, he's sending on the PAT team in. Harding is up over Salem 21-0. That's at halftime. It's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Hackett has scored. It is 6-6 in the third quarter. Hackett and Mansfield. Charleston is up 25-7 over Lavaca. That's it at halftime. I believe that's number 28 to do the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. Newman's PAT is good. So the Booneville Bearcats lead 50-7 with 5:50 left to go here in the third quarter. So just to kind of give you folks a little idea of how the playoff bracket looks. I'll just tell you how. I'll just tell you we don't have it where we can pull it up on the screen at the moment. But at the very top of the bracket is Hoxie. They're the winner of Conference 3. They are locked in that spot. Below them is the third seed from Conference 1. At the moment, it's Cedarville. That could change. Then they will play the 4th seed from our conference, which is more likely going to be Atkins. They're locked into that spot, according to this guy. McGee is your winner from Conference 6. They're below that game. They are locked in, and they will play Walnut Ridge, which is the 5th team from Conference 3. Below them is Melbourne and Perryville, possibly. They're the 2-3 seeds. Melbourne is the 3 seed from Conference 2, and Perryville will be the 3 seed from our conference. Below them is the winner from the Conference 5, which could, more than likely is going to be Prescott, and they'll play the 5th seed from Conference 6, which more likely is going to be Lake Village. 2nd seed from Conference 1, which could be Hackett, and they're in a close game right now with Mansfield as Blazing Jones, number 6, gets the ball, a little spin move, and he's going to be stopped about the 43-yard line of the Bearcats. And to finish out the top half of the bracket, more likely, well, Hackett was at the 2 seed. We'll see how after tonight goes. If they lose to Mansfield, that's going to change. But second seed from Conference 1 will play the 5th seed from Conference 5, possibly Bismarck. Locked in at the number 2 seed from Conference 2 is Newport. They will play the 4th seed from Conference 1, which is Lavaca. Lavaca's playing Charleston tonight. Garrick Barr is in at fullback right now for your Bearcats. He gets about a 2-yard gain. And then the very bottom game on the bottom of the top bracket is the 2nd seed from our conference, which is going to be Paris, playing the 4th seed from Conference 2, which at the moment is Riverview. And I'll talk about the bottom half of the bracket here in just a little bit. Your new guys in the backfield is going to be number 2, Brendan Dove. He's going to be tackled for a 2-yard loss by number 14. I don't have a 14. That must be a freshman for the Mustangs. Your second string offensive line, number 76, is going to be Gage Bouchard. He's your center. Your left guard is going to be number 74. That's going to be Matthew Crosby. Your left tackle, offensive tackle, is going to be number 53, Ferris Daines. As Shelton goes in motion, Peyton Tatum on the keeper, and he's going to get back those 2 yards that was lost by Dove. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Bearcats. There's 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Yes. Left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and it's 50-7. Rylan Ray is going to be doing the punting for the Bearcats. And number 22 is going to be the man deep for the Mustangs. That's going to be Darren Hubbard. Good punt by Rylan. High punt. It's going to drop at the 30 and take a cat roll. And it's going to roll out of bounds right at the 24-yard line, and the Mustangs will take over right there. Now on the bottom side of the bracket, Charleston has won Conference 1. They will be on the very top of the bottom bracket, so they have a first-round bye. Then they will play the 3rd seed from Conference 3 or the 4th seed from Conference 5. Right now, the 4th seed from Conference 5 looks like Center Point. We said last week, Center Point is going to be a very dangerous 4th seed. I wouldn't want to play Center Point.
No.
They had the number 1 team in Class 3A on the ropes late into the ball game. Had their starting quarterback go out. And also, Prescott scored 24 pretty much unanswered points in the 4th quarter and win. They get an interception also to seal the game as time was running down when they played Center Point here about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, when we played Mayflower.
Yeah, when we played Mayflower. Because we finished watching and listening to that game. A very good game. Center Point's got some big guys on the offensive line. Very dangerous 4 seed, in my opinion. But the loser of Osceola and Manila will play Center Point. It'll be a home game, though, for the loser of Osceola and Manila. So that'll be a plus for them. Below them is Harding Academy. They have won Conference 2, so that's a lock. They will play the 5th seed from Conference 1, which could be Lincoln. We'll just kind of see how, that conference has been jumbled up all year long. So we'll see after tonight. Below that game is 2-3 seeds, Risen. What we got going on here?
Offsides again.
Man. Well. Anyways, below Harding's game, and the 5th seed from Conference 1, we'll have the Wildcats of Risen and Jessieville. They are locked in. That's going to be played at Risen. Below them is you're going to have us playing the 5th seed from Conference 2. More than likely, it's probably going to be Salem. They are playing Harding Academy tonight. They're only losing 21-0 at halftime to Harding. So we'll see how that goes. Good hard run here by the Mustangs. Soji, number 33 for the Mustangs. And I think that was Mr. Rice One of the Bearcats in there on the stop. Below us is going to be the winner of Osceola and Manila. And they will play more than likely Danville, which is going to be the 5th seed from our conference. Below that is Camden Harmony Grove. They are locked in at the 2nd seed from Conference 6. That's McGee's conference. They will play the 4th seed from Conference 3, which is Harrisburg. Below that, on the very bottom of the bottom bracket, is going to be the 2nd seed from Conference 5, which could be Glen Rose. They're playing Prescott tonight. And then they'll play the 4th seed from Conference 6, which could be Dollarway. And I'll look at some scores so we can kind of see how things are looking. Because we're trying to pay close attention to the Harding and Salem game, and also the Osceola and Manila game. Don't want to look too far ahead, but that's in our little, I guess you could say, quadrant, you could call it. Bubble, yeah. Hoyt is your quarterback. Soji is going to be halfback. It's going to be direct snap to the quarterback. I mean, it's always a direct snap to the quarterback, but a quarterback keeper there. Hopefully that made some of y'all laugh. It made Isaac laugh. Mr. Ferris Dane's on the stop for you Bearcats. 11:37 left to go here in the ball game. It's 50-7. Cats over the Mustangs. It's 2nd and 7. Ball is on the 39-yard line of the Mustangs. Trips to the right, one over here to the left. And this is going to be a handoff to Soji. And he's going to get about 3 yards there. Oh, I'm sorry. They slipped Peoples in there on me. He's kind of hobbling coming up. I will say that young man right there, Peoples.
He's been running pretty hard.
He's been running pretty hard. He's a sophomore. Running hard. He's quick too. He's got a burst to him. So with him and Soji next year, I would think the Mustangs got a pretty good running game. And then you got Givens. He's coming back. He's only a junior, if I'm correct. Let's see. Yeah, Tyler Givens. He's 6'2", 224 junior. So he'll be back more likely at quarterback. Good job by Hoy over here. He's got the first down, slip over his feet to the 45, down to the 40, 30, and that's where he's going to be tackled at the 27-yard line by number 40, Desmond Conley.
Yeah, they did a really good job on that counter play.
Yeah.
You know, their quarterback and halfback had a little mess up. They still did a pretty good job on it.
And it looks like that's going to be your freshman quarterback coming in for the Mustangs, number 3. Roster says Jesse Hawks. So I'm not sure if Hoyt's not as finished. It might be, or he's just getting a little break. You got 2 freshmen in the backfield right now for Perryville. Bobbled snap, Soji's just going to pick it up, and he's going to be popped at the line by Ferris Danes. Actually, he's going to lose about 4 yards. Soji, Richard, and Sims all in there on the tackle for loss for the Bearcats, your whole defensive line. $9:28 left to go here in the ball game. It's 50-7.
Big
Mustangs.
quads. That's weird.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Quads, you don't see that much. And good pursuit by Brendan Dove.
They're going to get him for a horse collar.
Yeah. Well, doggone it. We've hurt ourselves with penalties tonight. Oh, we have all year, but did a little bit better tonight, honestly, on not getting penalties. Second group kind of hurt themselves down here. We had them stop on 4th down. It was close, real close. It really was. Then we had a penalty down here, and Hoyt was able to go in for the Mustangs for the first score of the game at the end of the 3rd quarter. Newman's PAT was good, and that made it 50-7. The Cats have not scored here in the second half. We got 8 minutes and 32 seconds left to go here in the ball game, though.
This half is going pretty quick, though.
It's going pretty
So
quick.
it'll be hard for us to score.
Especially, I mean, they've had the ball most of the second half. And we got the quads again. Hawks is your quarterback, and he's just going to roll over here to his right-hand side. Got some pressure from Rice. Good pursuit. And Garrick Barr and Tayton Rice, that's how you just run down the line right there. That's good pursuit right there by the Bearcats defense. Tayton, he's having a pretty good night tonight. Come in towards the end of the second quarter, and he's really been all over the place since he's been in. He's a senior for the Bearcats, and he really does do pretty good when he comes in at middle linebacker for the defense. I will say I do like our linebacking core. You know, you have Goers and you have Manson. You got Goff. You also have Elliott, and you got a ball on the ground. Garrick Barr tries to get there, but okay, that's Connor. They say Friv.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either. So obviously Hawks is not the name of the kid wearing number 3. But you got Manson and Goers at your at linebackers. Manson's your middle linebackers with Dax. Your 2 outside linebackers. You have Elliott, and he was wide open, and he's going to go in. That's going to be number 2, Brett Irwin. But your other starting, linebackers for the Bearcats, as far as outside goes, is Goers. I mentioned that a couple times, but Dunn Daniel also plays linebacker for the Cats, outside linebacker, and Cade Smith has been known to play the outside linebacker for the Cats. Do have a score update. It is 20-6, Hackett over Mansfield. So it looks like Hackett may be wrapping up that second seed tonight out of Conference 1. Here's the snap, and no good. I think he just got that off the side of his foot. So 50-13 with 6:40 left to go here in the ball game. Lamar is up 7-6 over Mina in the third quarter. And let's see. Rivercrest is up 26-0 over Blytheville. That's at halftime. Let's see. Your 8-man, Augusta is up 6-3 over Brinkley still. And then in 2A, Hoyen is losing to Magnet Cove 16-6. And Mountainburg's up 14-0 over Yellville Summit. Quitman is up over Hector 26-14 at halftime. And Magazine may get a conference win. They are up 27-18 over JC Westside. Coach Chambers and the Rattlers, they've had a kind of a rough year this year. But Coach Chambers, he'll do a good job and get things going good. They had a good season last year in his first season. And it's going to be Blazin Jones again getting the kickoff. Blazin's still on his feet. And let's see where we got one side judge marking him at the 49, which is where he should be forward.
Yeah, forward progress.
Yeah. Yeah, there, okay. 4:25 left to go here in the ball game. It's 50-13. Cats over the Mustangs. Blazin Jones splits out to the left. And Shelton goes in motion, and it's going to be handoff to Cody Elliott at fullback. Cody Elliott's up on his feet to the 30, 25-20, and we got a flag. Doggone it, and Cody went 49 yards too. Darn it.
He thinks he got a touchdown too.
Yeah, man. And I believe,
No.
did he wave it off?
I don't think so.
Oh, I believe Scantling, number 19, was in there at receiver on the right-hand side for the Bearcats as well. Yes, number 19.
I'm blocking the back.
Oh, no. Oh, man. So that's going to back him up. Boy, that was a good run by Cody. He came in at fullback for Mr. Garrick Barr on that play.
Still first down.
Yeah. It'll be from the spot of the foul. So we'll move the chains. 3:18 left to go here in the game. Looks like they're going to leave Cody in there at fullback. Giving Garrick a little break. He's played offense possession in 2. Oh. And good stiff arm here by Brendan Dove, and he slides down. Not on purpose, but.
Lost his footing there.
Yeah. Here comes Mr. Pablo Gradacos Ferrer coming in for Mr. Desmond Conley. It's like Desmond is coming off the field, number 40. Got Purple Rain playing in the background. 2:35 left to go here in the ball game. Let's see. Wow. Rising is up 60-14 over Drew Central. That's in the fourth quarter. And Dollarway is up 24-7 over Lake Village. So they may be wrapping up that 5th seed. And got a pitch over here to Brendan Dove. And he's going to get back to almost the original line of scrimmage for the Bearcats. Shelton is your other halfback. Scantling, number 19, is going to be your receiver over here on the right-hand side. And Pablo's the receiver on the left-hand side. Minute 56 left to go here in the ball game. It's second down and 13 balls on the 43-yard line of the Mustangs. Cats taking their time. There's 17 seconds on the play clock. And we may take a timeout, or he just may be waiting to get a little bit lower. Looks like we're going to take a knee. Got a minute 24. It's going to be third down for the Bearcats. Looks like they've started the play clock. So Cats will take 2 more. Well, it'll be close. We may not have to if they don't start the play clock, Isaac. Yeah. This will more likely be the final snap of the ball game right here. If you folks will stick around, I'll get you some stats for the ball game when we are finished here. And looks like that's going to be the final play of the game. So your final score for Week 10 regular season game, Booneville Bearcats 50, Perryville Mustangs 13. So we'll see here. We'll be at home next week, folks, playing the 5th seed from Conference 2. Right now, Mountain View and Salem both have 1 conference win. Mountain View has 13 tiebreaker points. Salem has 9 tiebreaker points. Now, Salem does have the head-to-head match over Mountain View. And Mountain View is playing Melbourne. I have not seen a score for that game. So if Salem loses, which they were trailing Harding 21-0 at halftime, and Mountain View wins, then we could be playing Mountain View. But more than likely, we'll probably be playing Salem next week. It'll be the Salem Greyhounds. And that's more than likely who we'll be playing next week at home. Perryville more than likely will probably travel to Melbourne. So we shall see. And do one more refresh of the phone. And I will get you folks your final stats. So your final score is 50-13, Cats over the Mustangs. The Mustangs had 53 plays for 187 yards of offense, 29 minutes and 53 seconds of possession. Had 42 carries on 160 rushing yards, 5 of 11 passing for 27 yards, had 1 passing touchdown, and 1 fumble earlier in the game. 4 of 13 on third down and 1 of 4 on fourth down. They had 5 punts for an average of 25 yards. Your Booneville Bearcats had 30 plays for 348 yards, 18 minutes and 7 seconds time of possession. All of our yards came on the ground. Let's see, we had 6 penalties for 55 yards. They didn't have any penalties. We had 1 punt for 31 yards. Hoyt was the leading rusher for the Mustangs with 82 yards on 15 carries, followed by Peoples. He had 12 carries for 45 yards. Soji had 15 yards. Roberts had 12. Tipton had 12 as well. Leading receiver is going to be Brett Irwin. He had 1 catch from 23 yards, and that was from number 3. The name said Hawks, but that's not what he was calling over the PA system. Your stat leaders for your Booneville Bearcats. Rocky Ross is the leading rusher tonight. 2 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. Dax Goff, 3 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. Brooks Herrera, 1 rush for 53 yards. Trace Hall, 1 rush for 43 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Ray, 6 carries, 41 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Rylan Ray, 4 carries, 40 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cody Elliott had 2 carries for 22 yards, but boy, he had a good old long, a 45-yard run over here, but that got called back for a penalty. Peyton Tatum had 17 rushing yards. Leading tackler is Brendan Dove with 7. Tayton Rice had 6. Chase Plymel, 4.5. Cody Elliott, 4. Rylan Ray, Brett Welling both had 3.5. Dax Goff finished with 3. Trace Hall and Dunn Daniel. Trace Hall had 2.5. Dunn Daniel and Matthew Crosby had 2. And I guess that's it for tonight. Lord willing, we'll see you folks next week at home, more than likely against Salem. Everything's really going to be final tonight after all the games are finished. And for Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. And remember, as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.